Hey everyone, welcome back to this episode. I'm Lisa Drennon, your wealth activator, helping divorced mompreneurs optimize their back-end finances so their P&L matches their bank accounts and they find true wealth. And this is what it's all about, right? There's so many topics that we're not allowed to talk about. Money is one of them. So today we're going to dive into something really raw. It's tender, and a lot of people don't want to admit it out loud, but they're living in silence. And I've been watching, I don't know if you guys, I'm a Netflix fan. I've been watching Georgia and Georgia, and they had this episode about where Ginny meets with her therapist, and she says, anything you keep silent just screams, right? It eats you alive from the inside. Keeping secrets silence makes you scream. And it does. It eats you alive when we don't share our secrets, when we don't talk about the things. And we all have stuff. We all have things going on. Nobody's perfect. But yet somehow we still think that we're all alone, especially when it comes to managing our money, having a relationship with our money. So let's talk about the moment when you realize you've been pouring every dollar into your business and leaving yourself last. No paycheck, no groceries, no rest, just funnels, coaches, subscriptions, and hope. When I get this next launch and I make X amount of dollars, then I'll do this. So let's talk about why we do this, what it cost us, and how we break the pattern. Because I got to tell you, this is not how you make money in your business. So think about it. Okay, I'm talking to you multi 5-6 figure coaches who take all of your money and pour it back into your business. Think about it, right? I once spoke with a woman who had just dropped $10,000 on a coach and then cried in her car because she couldn't afford groceries. I didn't judge her. I just listened to her. She was so worried about paying her monthly bills. And yet, the same thing happens, whether it be a product or a service. I know I've had clients who don't think twice about paying for tattoos, trips, and things of that nature. Definitely always have the money for that. A cool tattoo artist is coming to town. I'm going to go get a tattoo. But then you're complaining that you can't meet your car payment or pay your cell phone bill, or that you're barely able to put food on the table. So we've all been there. We've all done this. I don't have enough. I can't afford. But when it's something that we really want, we find the way to get the money. So this is the shadow side of the ambition that no one markets. The idea that if we just invest enough, we'll finally be safe, seen, and successful. I know I've done a lot of investment since 2020 into my business. And I remember starting off small, like the first investment was $97, right? $27, $7, all the low key ticket stuff. But then it started increasing. I remember the first time I connected with a aromatherapy practitioner who integrated body movement into her practice. It was $500 for a 4-week coach session. And I thought, $500, wow, that's a lot of money. And at the time I was working full time, overtime. I had 3 side gigs, all that $100,000 worth of debt. But something inside of me said, no, you need to invest in this. And it's right in the holidays, right? It's in the month of November, December. I was doing some traveling. I thought, no, I need this. I am going to do it. And it was super helpful. I mean, I got so many shifts, but I actually listened to myself and invested in this program when, logically speaking, it was not the right time to do it. But what happens is we neglect ourselves, and this is just stupidity, okay? This is just dumb when we neglect ourselves first. And I know I've been there. I've been stupid. So I'm not trying to offend you. I'm giving you the truth. The truth hurts, right? But it's survival logic dressed up as entrepreneurship. If I invest this X amount of dollars, then I'll get the ROI, and then in 60 days, 90 days, I'll get this much money back. But it doesn't happen that way. I mean, how many programs have you invested in and did not see the monetary value? You got ROI, but not in the way that you expected it. So when you think about what you're investing in, and I just went through this literally, I was in a master class that you had to apply for. And I was so wrapped up in the shiny object syndrome. Like, I'm so desperate to find my blind spot. I feel this forceful hand holding me back. And I'm like, what is holding me back? And I've been practicing letting go and letting God, and working on the trust issues and getting really into the God zone. And I feel like it's just silent. Like there's no messages coming through. And I thought, well, maybe if I connect with this coach for $10,000 for a 12-month program, then I'll get the results. I'll hit the ROI. But I had to really step back and think, okay, Lisa, is there a money bucket for this? Like, did you plan for this? Like, I have a budget for my coaching investments and I haven't saturated it yet, but it's only mid-year, right? As of the recording, it's only June 18th of 2025, which is my half birthday. Happy birthday to me. Love celebrating birthdays, love celebrating milestones. And when I thought, okay, what does Lisa do? Lisa will invest in multiple coaches at once because she's not getting something, but Lisa will also not ask for help. So if I extended what I've already paid for and asked for help, what will happen? Do I really need to add on another coach more to my schedule? No, because what I'm doing is just saturating my schedule, depleting my assets to invest in something that is fabulous, but I know it's not right for me at this time, and maybe it'll never be right for me. But when we start to think logic, because we all buy by emotion, it's the survival logic that is dressed up as entrepreneurship in hopes that we will get the ROI that we want. But ROI isn't just about hitting your dollar amount and matching your P&L to your bank account. It's about managing your money in your business and your personal so that you can hit your true wealth, so that you can rewrite your money story, so that your money works for you, multiplies for you, and that you're using it in a way that's congruent with your core values. So I want to talk to you, especially if you're a divorced mompreneur, because this is often what my clients share with me. If I make the business work, I won't need anyone. If I hit this goal, I'll finally prove I'm not a failure. If I stay focused on the business, I won't have to feel how tired, lonely, or scared I am. Let that sink in. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the reaction in your body that you're going to feel in your body first. But here's the truth. You're not your business, and your worth is not on layaway. Remember layaway? You're so much more valuable than what you give yourself credit for. These thoughts really cost us. And that's why I encourage everyone in the Wealth Accelerator to have a money journal and just really write down their thoughts when it comes to investing in different programs, when it comes to making money in your business and pouring it all back in there. Please just stop doing that. You're never going to get ahead. No matter what you think, you will not get ahead financially this way. When we put our business first and our bodies, needs, and kids second, we start to erode the very thing we're trying to build. We burn out, we resent our work, we lose connection with the why behind our mission. And your business is meant to serve you, not replace your self-worth. So here's the healing, the rewire. I want you to pay yourself first, okay? Start. Even if it's $50 a week, if you are running another company, okay, if you are working for another person, okay, you are the CEO of your business. You're the CEO, the CFO, you're the sales manager, you're all the things, you're wearing all the hats in your business. You would not do that for free for someone else. So then why are you doing it for free for you? Because essentially when you're pouring all of your money back into your business, this is exactly what you're doing. Please stop. Start paying yourself first. I recommend a certain percentage. Now, you got to look at it. When I do a profit gold audit, we look at all this. We look at your business plan, your signature offer, your operating expenses, and we have a standard, depending on what your gross receipts are, determines on what your paycheck is going to be for yourself. But if you're not in the habit of doing this, I want you to start with at least $50, okay? A lot of my clients will say to me when they first start working with me, I want to have an extra $500 a month just to be able to do what I want to do. And they'll come up with a side gig. They'll come up with a way to make that extra $500. And for them, that's their true wealth. Okay, that's all they need. So how much, what's your number? How much do you need in your personal life? How much money do you need to draw? How much salary do you need to draw from your business to sustain the lifestyle that you desire to live? And don't say all of it, okay? Come up with a number. No, let's not make up numbers here. Let's actually use the real number. And, think about if you start it with just $50 a week, which is really super low, okay? Even if it means saying no to offer or launch for a month. Even if it's just symbolic, okay? Say to yourself, I matter. I am not starving myself for validation. I want you to reparent that inner part of you that believes she has to earn love by overperforming. And here's an another journal prompt for you. This is a sacred journal prompt. What am I no longer willing to sacrifice for my business? And what would it look like to be fully resourced before I sell? And if you want, you can share your answers with me. Just send me a direct message or email me at info@idatemoney.com. I would love to hear your responses. Or you can screenshot this episode and tag it in your story, tag me in your story, and really reflect on this. I want you to get into the habit of creating a new norm where moms in business are nourished, not starved. So that's it for Taboo Talk Love. You're not wrong for trying. You're not broken for feeling burnt out, and you're not doing it alone. Thank you for hanging out with me. This is just the beginning. If you're someone who's like, I really need some help with managing my business and personal finances, I got you. In the Wealth Accelerator, it's a 12-week container. We dive into creating a personalized, customized money management system for both your business and your personal expenses. Look at your ways to multiply your money, to get you more money in your pocket, to have your P&Ls match your bank accounts. And most importantly, we rewrite your money story. We change that relationship with money so that you're never in lack. You never feel guilt or shame when it comes to spending money. And when you walk into a store like I did today and you go on a shopping spree, you feel good about it. There's no guilt or shame or, oh, I really don't deserve this. This is like, yeah, I'm going to treat myself. I deserve it. I have fun money. Because remember, it doesn't matter how much money you have, it's what you do with it.